All right, we have Lauren Murphy back on the show, and a lot has happened in her world since we last spoke over the last couple of weeks, including her first career submission win at UFC 254 against Liliya Shakirova. A hell of a night for her, but since then, it's been a little bit of a wild ride for lucky Lauren Murphy, so we're happy to have her back on the show to talk all about it. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on. Still getting the whole car interview thing figured out, so yeah. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's start at UFC 254 because, and I've said this many times on our programming, I thought you had an A+ night. Yeah, it wasn't the fight with Cynthia Calvillo that would have had a lot of impact, but you took a big risk, got the win via submission. Then you were on fire on the microphone after the fight in the cage and in the back of the media. And the one thing I've also said, and I've said it to you as well via text, is outside of you going to Valentina Shevchenko's house and smacking her in the face on October 24th, there wasn't any more you could have done. Could that have gone any better for you?
No, it was one of the best weeks of my life. I'm so grateful for that week and all the awesome memories that we made. And yeah, it was a super fun night for me. And I don't think you're right. I don't think it could have gone any better. So I'm very happy with it.
One thing I've noticed is, you know, you and I have talked a lot over the years. We've talked about how crappy Twitter can be and how negative it can be. And sure, there is still some negativity, but from what I've seen, I think you've gained a lot of momentum from the Twitter fans. A lot of newbies on board the Lauren Murphy train. Have you noticed that as well?
Bullshitter.com finally gave me some cool. I don't care. I mean, yeah, Twitter's cool if I want to, like, I don't know. Most of the time I tweet something, I think nothing of it, and then it blows up into something that I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think that was even going to be a thing. And then I'll tweet something that I feel is very heartfelt and that I've spent a lot of time thinking about, and fucking nobody cares. So Twitter's a super bizarre community, and I'm glad they like me right now, but I know that they could change their mind in an instant. So
it's MMA in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they say, like, you're only as good as your last fight, and luckily my last fight was awesome. So
there you go. The face-off that happened the day before the fight, after the weigh-ins between you and Liliya, and of course, respect was shown after the fact, but did that make the win a little bit sweeter? Her kind of doing the little fake shot at you. You flipped her off so nonchalantly, but did that enhance it a little bit more?
Yeah, that was so, like, not planned, because I was like, fuck you, get out of my way. Nobody's afraid of you. You know what I mean? Like, and it was fine. Like, I didn't really take it personally, but I knew she was kind of talking some shit about saying I should retire or something like that. And it's like I hear what you're saying. Like, I know what you're saying about me. And I'm not the type of person that, like, I'm not fake. If you say that about me, I'm going to take it the way you're saying it. You know, I'm not going to fucking touch gloves with you when we start the fight. Like, I don't appreciate those kinds of comments, you know? So I don't know why she did that. I thought it was kind of stupid altogether, you know? Like, at the time it was like, I'm on a 3-fight win streak. I'm on the cusp of a title shot. Like, I'm looking better than I've ever looked in my career. Why the fuck would I retire? You know? So I don't know.
Just added a little bit of extra mystique, maybe a little bit of drama, and then you got the win, so it made it a little bit better. So that was a great night for you. You fly home, you're exhausted after going to Abu Dhabi, and then things start to take a weird turn. On Thursday, I spoke with Cynthia Calvillo. As you would probably suspect, she had a lot to say about you, doubled down on the not being impressed thing. She was a little salty, saying that you could have waited another week to fight her in Vegas instead of taking the, quote, easy paycheck. Then she reveals that she was offered a fight against you on November 21st and that you turned it down. And of course, I reached out to you a little while later, got your side of the story, and now she's booked to fight Katlyn Chookagian at that event. So there's a lot to unpack here. First off, for those who didn't see your response that I posted on the website earlier today, were you in fact offered a fight with Cynthia on November 21st? And what happened from, I guess it would have been this past Thursday?
Yeah, we talked about, like, I talked to Mick about fighting her on the 21st, and it's like, there's a couple of reasons why that doesn't make sense, but mostly it's because, like, it can't be a #1 contender fight. Like, you want me to fight Cynthia? I'm on a 4-fight win streak now. Okay, I don't mind turning around and fighting Cynthia, but if we do it November 21st, you already told me Andrade is the #1 contender. So even if I beat Cynthia November 21st, then I'm sitting around waiting for Maya Chookagian to get fucking figured out. And then Andrade is the number 1 contender, so I'm going to sit around and wait for her to fight you know what I mean, for the next championship. And then like months after that, so I mean, we're talking into next fucking spring now where I would be fighting for the championship. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Cynthia took like a fucking week off of her camp. She got to stay home. She didn't do shit. She didn't even fucking quarantine for 2 weeks. Like, she got to stay home and rest from her camp. Of course she wants to fight now. Like, I did all the traveling. I did a weight cut. I did an actual fucking fight. Like, she can fucking wait a week. All I wanted was like a fucking week or two. You know what I mean? I would have turned around and fought her. And in fact, I thought we decided on December 12th. I'm pretty sure we decided on December 12th, but that all I think got fucked up like on my end because we started talking to the UFC and it was like, okay, like we'll turn around and fight Cynthia. We started talking about what it would look like to be an alternate on the 21st, like in case Maya doesn't make weight. Like, I was like, if anybody's going to be an alternate, it should fucking be me, you know, like I'll turn around and be an alternate because on the other side of that, I might be a fucking champion. Do you know what I mean? I might be able to fight for the UFC title. Cynthia, on the other hand, can fucking wait for 2 fucking weeks while I get my shit together, rest a little bit, and then I'm in, you know, top shape to fight her. Like, then it could be a number 1 contender fight. But the way that to fight her on the 21st, it wouldn't even be a fucking number 1 contender fight because the timeline would be all fucked up. It just didn't make any fucking sense, and it wasn't in my best interest for sure. And I was like, I'm not going to do Cynthia any fucking favors. Like, who's taking the easy way now? You fucking took a completely different fight. Fuck off. I don't know. Anyway, I started talking to the UFC and I just realized like I'm way out of my league negotiating with these guys. These are they are the best businessmen in the world, you know, like the negotiating with the UFC, I was so far out of my fucking league. Like, to them, it must have been like playing chess with somebody that's just learning how to play checkers. Like, I was way out of my league. And so I was like, fuck, I need to think about this. I need some help, like looking at these numbers and what does it mean for my career? And I never wanted to sign with a management company. I really did not want to sign with a manager, but I signed with First Round because I fucking needed help, you know?
No kidding. When did that happen?
A couple days ago, I signed with Lou DeBono. So I was really fucking nervous about it, man. Like, and Lou knows how I feel about managers. I told him, I said, man, I've had 3 managers in my career. All 3 turned out to be shitbirds. I'm super nervous about this. But Lou's been a good guy to me and my husband for a while now. We've reached out to him a couple times and asked him questions and gotten, you know, sought some guidance before I even ever thought about signing with him. He was always like, and I know one of my coaches is pretty close to him and he manages a couple fighters that are pretty happy with him. And so I reached out to him to see what he would say. And I talked to him for a while and I was like, well, I want to sleep on it. Like, I don't want to rush into anything. I don't want to rush into a contract with you any more than I fucking want to rush into a contract with anybody else, you know? And they were just really cool about it. And then I talked to Malky a little bit, and Malky obviously knows what he's fucking doing, and it just made me feel a lot better, like talking to those guys. So I ended up signing with them, and I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Wow, look at this. We got John Jones, Jorge Masvidal, Yoel Romero, Lauren Murphy, all under the same umbrella.
Right. Quite the roster of winners.
Unbelievable. Well, good for you. I mean, I was wondering, like, once you were getting to this point, I know that you've been doing stuff on your own. I was wondering if something like this would come up and what would happen. So, like, what exactly happened? Like, when you realized that you were out of your league, what was that conversation like? What happened there that led you to getting in touch with Lou and kind of changing gears?
It was a series of conversations that, like, I started having with Mick after the win. Obviously, like I was really happy with my performance. I'm happy with I'm happy with my job too. That's the other thing, is I fucking love to fight. Like, I want to fight, and I want to fight Cynthia. I want to fight Andrade. I want to fight Chookagian again. Like, I do want these fights, you know, but it's hard because like, I just want to fucking fight, and that's what I'm good at. That's the thing I'm best at in the world. And so I have people around me, like my husband and my coaches, other fighters that I know that have management teams, and I'm kind of seeing what's going on with them, and I'm hearing like, you should ask for this, you should go for that, we should try for this, let's do this. And so when we started talking about being an alternate, it's like, okay, you're talking about possibly stepping in to fight for the fucking championship. Like, and this was just something like I was thinking to myself. It was like, now we're talking about, you know, I have like whatever contract I'm on with the UFC right now. And then like on top of that, we're going to be talking about fighting for the fucking championship. These are big fucking contracts, and like it means something, you know? And so I was talking to Mick about a couple things, and it just became apparent to me, like through the course of like one or two conversations, that like we're barely even speaking the same fucking language. Like Mick deals with this stuff all day, every day, with high level contracts, with fighters, with the ins and outs of the business. He knows what the fuck he's doing. And it just became apparent really quick that I can't keep up with those guys, and it's not my job. And it was really stressing me out, like to try. I was really stressed about it. And I was talking to my husband. I was like, I don't want to fucking stress. I will pay somebody to stress about this for me, but it has to be somebody that's good at their job, not somebody that's just going to that's basically working for the UFC, you know? And, yeah, so we talked about it, and just like my husband and I talked about it. I was like, you know, we got to sign with somebody. And Lou's been really good to us up to this point. He hasn't seemed like greedy or fucking off. He hasn't seemed dishonest. Like he's helped us when we needed it, and he didn't have to. So
yeah, he's a good guy. He's been very good with me over the years. And so when this fight was reported between Calvillo and Chookagian, it kind of, I'm not gonna say it came out of nowhere, because I know Cynthia put this post on Instagram saying, who do you want to see me fight? And Chookagian did the raise your hand emoji thing, and Calvillo was very excited about that. You were number one on her list, but if it was Chookagian, she was fine with that too. When you found out and saw that report, how did you react to that? I mean, I saw some of the things on Twitter, but what was that like?
I woke up from a nap, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought I was going to fight Calvillo, and I was sad because I wanted that fight. And like, I was looking forward to getting 4 fights in this year, you know, like that would have been cool. And it's still possible, obviously, but it's like, it was just really sad. But I don't think it's a number 1 contender fight. I mean, for them, like, again, how could it be? Like, for one thing, there's me. And then 2, the fucking whole timeline is off. Like, Chookagian's coming off a first round TKO loss. Like, you can't tell me that's a number 1 contender fight. But it is good that Cynthia gets to get in there. She gets to make a paycheck and a quick turnaround after getting COVID, you know? So she's kind of doing the same fucking thing. Like, she's just trying to get in there while she can and get in while the getting's good. And then I think either I could fight the winner of that fight, or I'll fight Andrade. Either way, like, honestly, I'm good. I fought a lot of times this year. I wasn't even really planning like on turning around and fighting that quick, but I would have, because that fight had already been booked, you know? So
yeah. So it kind of like leaves things, like you said, a little bit up in the air. Cause like, I know, like you said earlier, Andrade is somewhat favored to get the winner of Shevchenko and Maia, but I just feel like it's such a waste to like have her wait, because we don't know how long she'll have to wait for when the two of you are right there ready to go. And most people will look at rankings aside, you are the top 2 contenders in this division right now. Do you feel like in your heart of hearts that Andrade is an option right now, or do you think you're going to have to maybe take a step back to stay active here? Although that's kind of tough right now, because a lot of the women in the top 10 of this division, they're already booked.
They're already booked up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Andrade is definitely an option, and I don't think she's like, she's not afraid to fight, obviously, and I want to earn my number 1 contender spot. Like, I'm happy to fucking fight. I'm happy to fight as many times as they want. I'm happy to fight whoever they want me to fight, and like, Andrade would be such a great challenge. She would be awesome. That would be an awesome fucking fight. Sorry, am I doing weird things with the camera? I'm getting all excited, and it's kind of But yeah, no, I think Andrade is a great option, and that's something. See, but now it's Lou's problem. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Hey, a big weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
It's great to see, because like this division is so interesting right now. Like, it's the most interesting it's ever been. And you've been there from the very beginning. There's a lot of buzz around the women's flyweight division. You're smack dab in the middle of it, Lauren. So silver linings aside, you don't have a fight right now, but it's got to feel pretty good, right? Like, we are as relevant as we've ever been here.
Yeah, no, I feel great. I love where I'm at in the division. I mean, I said it all all during fight week on Fight Island. Like, I love my job. I love what I do. I'm excited to do it. I love the process. Like, I love to train and get better. I love to make progress so that every time I fight, it's like I've made so much progress in the areas that I needed to. It was really cool to fight on Fight Island, and it was really great to get that experience and just have such a clear-cut vision of what I need to work on to make my next fight even better and get a finish even sooner over somebody that's even higher ranked. And yeah, we'll see who that's going to be. But that, like, I love my job. I love what I do. I'm really excited to be part of the flyweight division, and I'm excited for my own next fight. You know, I can't wait. And when it's announced, people are going to love it.
By the way, I think you and your husband may have won MMA Halloween. The Back to the Future costumes, unreal. They're awesome.
It's awesome. We love Halloween. Every year we think of it like the best couple's costume we could possibly come up with. And I actually really wanted to rent a DeLorean, and the DeLorean fucking factory is here in Houston. I drive by it all the time, but I just didn't think about it too much before we went to the Halloween party.
That'd have been amazing. You would have won Halloween for a decade.
For years and years. I know. It probably would have cost me about $5,000. At least we would have had the bragging rights.
Well, get Lou on it. Get Lou DeBono on it. Sponsor. Last thing before we let you go, Lauren, I appreciate the time. I guess, like, what's the message for everybody? The UFC, your division, any and everybody, as we look to put an exclamation point on this really impressive year for you, what do you want to say to everybody?
You know what? I'm still here, and I'm working hard, and I can't wait to, no matter who my next fight is, it's going to be a #1 contender fight. So I'm here in this division. I'm a dangerous fight for anybody, and whoever wants it can come get it.
Love it. Always appreciate the time. Hopefully something can get put together pretty soon for you. But thank you again. Congratulations on the win. And we'll talk soon. Safe travels home in the car there. Maybe it's a DeLorean after all next year.
You're the man. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
Bye, Lauren.